Hey everyone, Brett from the Schmoofs here, bringing you a video that we filmed today on the first annual pass holder preview for Universal Orlando. And what you're taking a look at here is the new Jurassic Park roller coaster. Across the waterway, getting ready for you. They've been hard at construction work over the past few weeks with the parks being closed. I should actually probably say months at this point, but we have some awesome track installed, a lot of supports. It's a big roller coaster. I know the ongoing joke has been that this is going to be a gigantic landscaping project, and when a lot of team members were asked about it, it's like, oh, it's a big landscaping project, but I don't think a lot of landscaping involves some crazy steel beams and station structures. So what we're looking at here now is going to be taken from behind Mythos, a little bit closer to the Jurassic Park roller coaster, so you can actually see this gigantic spike on the left. You can see some support beams along the water here, and following it to the right, you have these gigantic helixes. This is a double helix that looks like the coaster is going to dive from the left, going to the far right, and speed through these gigantic structures. You can see that they were hard at work installing a new piece of the coaster, and even further, you can see that piece goes upside down. So that absolutely confirms that whatever this end result coaster is going to be, it definitely will have an inversion. And of course you can see the Hogwarts Castle in the background. But let's take a look down here. So you see the just basically a straight piece of track. Then you see the footer ends, and it goes 1, 2, 3 footers with it facing towards you, and then it kind of goes out. You have this cement structure here. Kind of looks like there's going to be a gigantic piece of track over the middle here. That looks like it might actually go upside down because the two support beams are actually facing the opposite ways. So an inversion over the water, that would be really cool. Kristen personally thinks that there's going to be either a water feature there on the cement, or that they might even put the Mosasaurus in the water, which would be wicked awesome. And then the gigantic building in the background potentially could be a station or a show scene or something. I've seen a few aerials from some folks on Twitter who have been doing some great aerials. Thank you, BioReconstruct. Yeah, it looks really good. But that spike is gigantic, and when you enter the park and look across the water, Jurassic Park is the first thing that you see, the Discovery Center, and now this is just going to be a jaw-dropping approach. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Again, zooming in over there, you can see some the extra helix on the back. Got a little bit of a better vantage point, and some just guys hard at work over here. The overall land is a gigantic coaster. We weren't able to get behind the 3 broomsticks, but I was able to get some footage from over on the bridge connecting Hogsmeade over to Jurassic Park, and you can see how close those helixes are right here. It's really cool. Really, they're both overbanked, so you're gonna fly through these. It's gonna be absolutely wicked. Over here is gonna be next to the Discovery Island. Or not Discovery Island, the Discovery Center. We were able to get down near a smoking section, right just near some walls, and you can just see a bit closer to the construction of how close some of these support beams are to what was already standing. And you can't really see much because of all the trees, of course. Most of Jurassic Park is basically a construction wall nightmare at this point. But again, you get to see how close this is going to be to the current pathway. So the pathway was adjusted previously to make way to readjust the path again. This might end up being the final version of this pathway through, because as we're going to see up here, some of these buildings are really, really close to the construction walls, which is cool because it just gives more space to this gigantic metal beast. Yeah. Again, they haven't really said or announced anything about this roller coaster yet, but it's shaping up to be not just gigantic, but it's looking like it's going to pack a punch. Hagrid was an amazing roller coaster. It still is an amazing roller coaster, and it does pack a good punch, but it doesn't like wallop you. I think this is going to be the wallop. We can see some track installed here next to Pteranodon Flyers over near the entrance to Jurassic Park River Journey. Just gives you a good lay of the land over on this side. So not only are you going to speed across things, but it's going to be over here too. Oh, and then this crazy metal structure here in the middle that they were working on that kind of has a little like a neck popping out. Looks kind of like a dinosaur, if you ask me. Here you can see just how close to River Adventure it all is. Some more of that extra track that goes up high, and then we'll get back in on this looking dinosaur creature. And just a quick look back as well. So it gets close to existing structures. They are utilizing the space to their full advantage. And I'll leave you here with just some footage from across the lagoon over near Marvel Superhero Island. Thanks for watching. We're excited for this coaster and hope you are as well.